Greetings and welcome back, one and all, to Pillars of Eternity, where, in the last episode, we were unfortunately separated from our companions by none other than death itself, and also had to slay more deacons. I'm not too fond of that, but apparently they were killing dragons and building homes out of them, so it makes me feel a little bit better. And there is, of course, a cave here. So let's start things off by doing a little bit of exploration. Let's go all stealthy and have a poke around, shall we? Oh, there's those whispers again. Ah, okay. A bear. Alright, okay. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with anything, but it's possible that that is an indicator of how strong it is. Regardless, even if it isn't, I don't feel like tangling with a bear on my own. So I'm going to choose life, honestly, and we're going to leave. We'll come back when I'm more powerful or I have friends. But actually, on that note, that does raise a quick question. Bestiary. We've actually got quite a few entries. We have. So they're not one of the Kith races then. The Zurips. Zurips are reptilian humanoids about the size of Orlans. They adorn themselves with the bones of fallen enemies, mostly Zurips from rival tribes. They also have an affinity for large feathers, which they hang and pin to their attire. Zurips' skin tones can vary from light green to rustic brown. Their elongated snouts, which make speech impossible, are overly aggressive, and overly aggressive behaviour have hindered them from communicating with more civilized races of the world. They live in secluded tribal territories and are known for ruthlessly attacking anyone foolish enough to cross their path. Zurips revere dragons as deities and build their communities around their lairs, out of their lairs, of these powerful creatures. It is not uncommon for a small tribe to wander nomadically until it has found a drake or dragon to worship. Once a tribe dedicates itself to a dragon, they will defend it at all costs. Elaborate rituals in which the dragon consumes Zurip sacrifices are in normal practice. As the dragon grows in age and size, these sacrifices become large religious events and cost the lives of hundreds of Zurips. The power and prestige of a Zurip tribe directly correlates with the age of its dragon. The most powerful tribes have existed for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Warriors and shamans of these large tribes typically paint their bodies to resemble their draconic gods. Okay, so I did have it a little bit wrong. They're not actually as much as scallywaggy as I thought they were. I apologize. And we've explored all of this, so I can just run down here. Next place, I suppose, is this tent. So let's head on down. And stealth. Let's make sure nothing bad happens. We have seen plenty of bandits so far, after all. Bandit? Nonton. Okay, the fact that you've got a name makes me feel that you're not a bandit.
Good day to you.
Okay, this man appears to be hurriedly dismantling his camp in quick, jerky movements. He looks up as you approach, his expression tense and drawn. Greetings, he says. A little breathless on your way south, is it? Oh, sorry, a little breathless. On your way south, is it? He wipes his brow, turning to face you. The sooner you're clear of these woods, the better, I think. Our caravan was attacked. I've been trying to get to Gilded Vale. Never mind the woods, there's a strange machine up in the ruins to the north. There were these figures, clad in black, performing some kind of rite. I don't really want to give that much information. I'm only passing through. I mean to reach Gilded Vale. Keep your nose in your own business before it gets lopped off. No, let's not be mean. There may have been survivors. Maybe they crawled their way through. Oh, actually, considering there was a beerwick there, probably not. I will say our caravan was attacked. I'm trying to get to Gilded Vale. Hard luck, and I'm sorry to hear it. You should be fine from here. There's no missing the Vale if you keep on the road, and you haven't far to walk. But you'll want to keep clear of this place after that. We were just attacked. North of here, me and a friend of mine. We came out here to hunt some deer. Came upon a bear instead. Great, monstrous thing. And Pearly, he didn't make it. He shakes his head. I don't know what I'll tell his wife. In any case, this forest already cost me a friend. I'm heading home before it takes anything else. So that's the bear cave, probably. What happened to your friend? We didn't see it coming. Norton's voice shakes a little as he speaks. We were following a stag. Pearly, he saw something in the brambles and we went tearing off after it. We all but stumbled into a cave. Poor Pearly didn't stand a chance. The bear was on top of him before we knew what was happening. The beasts will take what they will, I suppose. He smiled sadly. And this time, Galloway's favour fell upon the bear. In any case, the forest already cost me a friend. I'm heading home before it takes anything else. Well, I'm fairly certain I already know where the bear is, so I'm not going to bother asking that, and I'll say, well, I'll just get his name. Who are you? Name's Nonton. Born and raised in Gilded Vale. Haven't had a spot of luck since. His face twists. Luckier than Pearly, I suppose. Okay, farewell, Nonton. Take care. Right, we want to stealth just in case there are bandits around here. I'm surprised Nonton didn't have an issue with the bandits, honestly. Right, what are we going to find? Ooh dear. Wolves. Wolves. Not so great wolves. Let's think. How are our chains? We've still got the same phrases. I could switch on my bow. And I could engage from over here. Okay. I'm beginning to chant. I'm going to move it down to slow mode. Okay, 2 wolves. Perhaps I could switch. It's going to take me time to switch, though. Oh, is this not doing its funky thing? Apparently it's not doing its funky thing anymore. That's a shame. Haha, you're stuck out there. I appear to have attacked you from the right direction. Can I possibly get... Ah, okay. Let's go for this. About there. Oh, that was fantastic. Go for him. Oh, I'm not seeing this thing updating anymore. Maybe there's some sort of bug going on. I might have to look into that. So I quite liked that before. And there we go. There are all sorts of hotkeys, and I've probably hit something that's turned that off. We'll take all of those. Genuinely, though, can I not get this to show me? No phrase, prepared chance. We'll take everything. What else we got in here? Got something over there. Okay. How do we get up there then?
Let's keep quiet.
Is there a way up there? A door? Oh, maybe this opens a... Oh, no, it doesn't. Now, Mind of Deflection +5. That's actually quite nice. Minor Cloak of Protection versus the Cape of Deflection. Well, mine is probably much better at the moment. And, wow, look at all those gems. Okay, maybe we've just got to activate this. These aged walls appear to have once encircled this entire glade. Only a small fragment remains, and the stairs leading to the top of the structure have crumbled away. Examine the wall more closely. The heavy bricks and slick with moss presenting a hindrance to climbing, but the stones themselves seem sturdy enough. Given the right tools, one might easily reach the top. Let's try to scale the wall then. You find a handhold upon one of the large stones and start to pull yourself up, but the uneven bricks and odd angle of ascent makes the climb difficult. After a short distance, your arms begin to burn too fiercely. You're forced to drop back down to the ground. Well, drat. Okay, we actually need different equipment then. Very well. Wonder how we can get that to fix itself. In fact, whilst we're here, let's go and have a look at quickly at the options. Game, show personality. Oh, there we are. Display the effects of choosing each conversation off. Oh, no, I don't want to see that. Disable auto attack. No. Disable party movement. Stop on a gauge. Develop a commentary. That's quite cool. Screen scrolling, quest subject qualifiers, combat tooltips, detailed quest updates, show relative defense. Is there scouting, left alt? Game, highlight interactables, double speed, pause, quick save, toggle HUD, back. Quote. Toggle console. Next tab. There must be something in here. Apparently not. Okay, well, it's a bit weird, but I'm sure we'll be able to fix it eventually. Right, Gilded Vale. Finally. 8 hours, my lord. That's a long walk. NPCs with gold nameplates were designed by our backers. Interacting with them will something or other. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Right, are we gonna get into any trouble? I'm assuming not. Is this not the town? Actually, that's stealth, just to be on the safe side here. Someone up there. Oh dear. That doesn't look good. That really doesn't look good. Ye gads.
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
He glances at the gnarled, leafless monstrosity of a tree next to him. Are you mad? No wonder the place looks half empty. I'm tempted to say that. I feel at home already. No, I'm going to be a little bit confrontational. Do you welcome everyone this way? The only answer you hear is the buzzing of flies from the tree.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
No, but I'm more curious about what you're talking about. What is a Hollowborn child? I mean, I'm assuming I haven't sired one.
An infant born without a soul, of course.
Oh, of
Lord
course.
Radric has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village.
Oh, wait. Our companion did mention that his sister had said something about mothers not being able to birth children. Okay.
I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
He steps to the side and inclines his head ever so slightly toward the deformed tree.
His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir.
Okay.
In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with a beerwick. Is there someone I'm not going to mention that after he's just started going on about curses and saying they're stringing people up. You said something about a Hollowborn and Widewind's legacy before. That tree over there. We'll address the elephant in the room and just go straight for this one. Urgi doesn't even look over his shoulder. Ah, yes. Not everyone has accepted the measures necessary to keep the village safe. Ever since Lord Riedric banished the mothers of Hollowborn, some have taken up arms against him. And while he's been searching for a cure, he's been beset with frauds and opportunists. We've had ciphers, wizards, and animancers come through town, taking the Lord's coin and promising to end the curse. Lord Riedric finally decided to make an example of those who would profit from our tragedy. He points to the body of a dwarven woman. The latest was an animancer from the Valian Republic who claimed to know techniques none of us had seen. By now, we've seen it all. Ugh, okay. Well, what is this whole Hollowborn and Widewind's legacy thing? He blinks. I forget that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowborn have been the scourge upon Deerwood for almost 15 years now. He lowers his voice to a whisper. Children born without souls. He shakes his head. Pitiful, dumb things that breathe, barely, but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are a disease. Some say they are punishment from the gods. He raises his empty hands. In truth, no one knows. But they began spreading after the Saints' War. And so the name, Widewind's legacy, stuck in honour of that foul, blasphemous pretender. His voice shakes with vitriol. I see. Lord Riedric's decrees may seem strict at times, but he has our best interests at heart. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understand our rules. I kind of want an option that means I don't have to tell him any of this. I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with a Bewick. Is there someone in town who could help?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all.
Well, I guess the logic there is fair, but at the same time, I get the impression that this is
but if you're
bad times.
Finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets.
What?
Little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
I mean, to be fair, if troll piss had curative properties, I wouldn't be against it. I'm just saying. I mean, lots of medicines have very bizarre sources for the various ingredients involved in them, but I suspect that wouldn't help. Before I got here, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near some ruins. No, we're not even gonna bring that up. Goodbye.
Keep out of...
Oh dear.
Listen.
Oh, I'm listening.
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3. Gods have mercy. It seems your arrival is ill-timed.
I didn't do it. It was like that when I got here.
3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
I literally only just got here. I can leave. No, let's not be that confrontational. It seems this place is pretty tense right now. Does this affect... Well, what happened? He shrugs one bony shoulder. I will know more details when the messengers arrive. The vagaries of childbirth, perhaps. But that is not your concern. Does this affect the Lord's offer to new settlers? I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you get some rest. The inn, or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I'll know more soon enough. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Let's not push things. Addendum added. Visions and whispers. Seek help for your condition. This is not the illness that struck me at the wagon. This is something new. An affliction of the mind, perhaps. With luck, someone in Gilded Vale will know what to do. The magistrate advised me to get some rest while I wait for pertinent accommodations. That may be the best thing to put an end to this illness as well. Okay, let's go have a chat with these guys. Find out what all that... Oh. What if it's not the baby? Maybe Colsock managed to... Hush! Are you mad? Leave it for indoors. Oh. Are you up to no good? The Black Hound Inn is a fine place to sit and have a smoke. Did you hear the bells? Bad news, I think. Tatanus, one of the best smiths in the Deerwood, but his stock's been lousy lately. Okay. Oh, there's someone around here. Hello. Oh, we've got loads of things we can look at. Ooh, wait. Phalian. I imagine you, actually you're a moon godlike, and perhaps you are a backer. Okay, we'll check that out in a second. Let's have a chat with you. I saw someone go into the temple. Papa says we're not supposed to. Oh dear. Last thing we need is church. I remember the one in Tristram. Didn't end well. Beneath the vines are crude carvings of a sun rising over 3 stars. Okay, let's have a word with you. Oh dear, that may have been a mistake. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Step back or reach for the soul? I don't know. I feel this is dangerous, and yet my character would probably not shy away from this kind of thing. I think my character would be inclined to curiosity. We'll reach for the soul. You see a pennant waving tall and sluggish in the wind, a rising sun embroidered on the banner, the vanguard of a small troop of paladins. The atmosphere is buoyant, if restrained, and their armour has not yet been tarnished by the elements. This expedition is fresh, young, filled with zest and zeal, and at their head stands a commander, awkward in full armour but determined in step. Despite the excitement of his fellows, he does not smile. There's a twist to his mouth. His countenance grim. He throws up a hand, halting his troop. Silence falls among them, revealing a dark thunder, deep and low. He orders them to ready their weapons and spread out. Eyes dart from horizon to horizon, necks twisting to see the source of the sound. In the distance, dust and lightning rise from the ground as a Stygian cloud races towards them. The soldiers stand, only the... I have no idea what that word is. Movement of their breath betraying their nerves. The commander closes his eyes, calling a blessing down upon his troops. Invigorated, invincible, they wait as the enemy draws closer, poised to attack. Step back. That was a backer message, or a backer character, I guess. Quite interesting, all the same. I need an inn. I'm looking everywhere for an inn. Inn. Ooh. Plants. I will take plants in place of an inn. Some more villagers. Things are bound to get worse now. Feels like we've been seeing more bandits along the roads lately. Okay. Don't be stupid. They can't possibly get any worse. It's pretty bad when things come to that. Aloth. You see 4 people gathered by the door of the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggests an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
Oh dear. Ooh, a fight! Everyone calm down. What's this about? I'm sure it's an overreaction. Let's not stick our nose into something yet. Let's just observe. If it gets rough, then we can step in then if we want to. One of the other men glares at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. You've got a lot of gall, mocking us in our own village. We don't take ill treatment from foreigners, especially not Adirians.
Go on, say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Okay, well, I guess I see why this fight is going on, and now I know that actually what appeared to be a group ganging up on one hapless innocent victim, no, actually. Though, that was fantastic. I must commend you on your choice of insults, good sir.
Cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
Barrel-licking tongue? Really? You're not even in the same league as him when it comes to insults. That was glorious. That was glorious. Honestly, it was.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say...
Well, he's got a different accent, which is interesting.
Whatever it is you think I said, we've nigh quarrel.
Okay, okay, this is a little bit odd. Let me just read this. Horror and shock paint themselves across the elven man's face in broad, hasty strokes. He frowns and swallows. He plants his feet. Something surly and raw flickers through his eyes. He got... I suspect there's some sort of weird stuff going on here.
That's where you're wrong.
Okay, well, I could just stay out of it and watch. My character wouldn't, though. It's still 3 against 1, even if he does deserve it. Oh, but come on, you can't attack someone who can insult that well. It's like smashing a stained glass window. Let's see how best to try and and resolve this without there being something terrible. This is unnecessary. Wouldn't you rather be inside drinking than out here arguing? That's more or less what he said, and they didn't like that. You're not going to take that from him, are you? I could instigate it. Back down, all of you! This is absurd! I don't think attacking him is such a good... Maybe I could reason with them. Unfortunately. The 3 drunks scowl at you. And why is that? I don't have perception. I don't have might. I've got intellect. If someone's baiting you as obviously as he is, it's generally wisest to walk away. Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good point. Regardless. They look at each other. One of the men gives the other 2 a warning shake of his head before turning to you. We're done for now. But this one better watch his step around here because we're not going anywhere. With a final scowl at the elf, he turns to leave. Well, that wasn't too bad. I've got to say though, dude, you need to be less of a jerk. That could have turned ugly. Again, glorious. As the 3 stumble away, the elf turns to you and the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
You mean for making them piss their pants? You're welcome. No. This Chanter is not that crude. Maybe when he's drunk, but not right now. It wasn't fun either. It was kind of tense. Well, it was fun listening to him insult them, perhaps, but I am actually glad I could help. But I'm not sure I should have helped you, ironically.
Your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
True. He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
Okay. You'd better have more to say for yourself than that. I don't really want to start off on the wrong foot. I mean, he's being quite nice to me. He was a little bit... It was just the other people that he was feisty with. So we'll be polite for now. I would like to give you my name, but how did you manage to get it stuck out here? That is something of a long story.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful.
Not noble yourself,
However,
then?
there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land.
Fair enough.
And how exactly did you come to be here?
Well, it seems that I have no option to do anything else. I was driving with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
In Gwithan ruins? Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright.
Okay.
I'm curious. What exactly did you find there?
Something in the way this character talks engenders my trust, but at the same time, I think... I'll mention the Beerwick, because I've already said that, but I'm not going to talk about the strange machine. Not yet. I need to know that I can trust who I'm talking to about that sort of thing.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible.
Well, I'm awesome.
But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
Probably neither, honestly. What are you doing in Gilded Vale? Just how did you manage to cross those 3 drunks? Well, yeah, actually, I'm really curious about that. Just how did you manage to cross those 3 drunks?
That was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
I'm not going to read that out. Oh, man, that's rather sharp. You did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his own sister. I like this game. This game is fairly blunt, and I kind of appreciate that, actually. That. He adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. For just a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief, but before he can speak, he forces a tight smile. biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. I like you, Aloth.
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land.
Okay.
Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
Yes. Does seem to be that way. And you, well, I'm not a settler. I didn't say I was either. I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls. I don't know, that sounds a little bit odd, but being a wizard, maybe he'd know someone, so it's possibly a worthwhile course to pursue, and he isn't a local, so perhaps a little less superstitious.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
Yes. He nods at the gnarled old tree in the centre of town. His darting glances take in the tumbled-down buildings and the fallow, rock-strewn fields. I expect that such expertise would be best sought elsewhere. Well, I'm not going to say that. Well, maybe. He said he's a settler. I'm not going to gainsay him. If he wants to lie, he can lie. I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place.
Really?
Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Well, I don't know. You seem like a bit of a troublemaker, but at the same time, I seem to be lacking in other options. Also, I do actually kind of like talking with you. It's just there's something going on there. So do I. Let's go then. We'll bring another party member. We are wanting for party members at the moment, thanks to the sudden death of the last two we had. Perhaps I shouldn't mention that to our new companion. Yes. Okay, we've got a new party member. And looking at the time, it is also time for us to wrap this episode up. We are, by the looks of it, just outside the inn, which is pretty good. And we are at least in the town of Gilded Vale, though by the seams of it, perhaps being in a different town would be a better option. But that's all for this episode. I do hope you've liked it, and I hope you will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care.